Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now this is a very interesting update on what's happening with Zoe Sullivan and her fakery and her lies and deception and manipulation and all that good stuff that she claims to be against, right? So you may remember the other day I put out a video detailing how she had put up a fake account and blamed a certain other person, and then backtracked and said it wasn't her, it wasn't him, rather it wasn't aimed at him. So this is what somebody put up, if you remember, a post on their Facebook the other day. I hope karma brings tragedy to your children before Christmas. All the parents care about is pounds, so yeah, I hope karma brings a tragedy to the family soon. So obviously a very nasty comment by somebody or something. Now I have already proven that it's not the person that they are claiming it to be, and as we can see here from Zoe's comment on her post, she is claiming it to be a certain person, that is Perry, who had a run-in with the Inghams recently. She said, "Now I know we weren't the only family page to be sent the same sort of message by the same person." So the clue there is another family page has received the same kind of message from the same person, and she knows it's definitely the same person that sent another family page similar things. Now I've already gone over this in previous videos and debunked it, right? It's a load of shit. Perry did not send or comment these comments, right? And she is claiming it to be him. I know she doesn't name any names, which is what she's trying to do here, so she could easily turn around and say, "Oh, I wasn't aiming at you, Perry," but everybody knows who she's talking about. If you don't know, Sullivan fans, right, listen to me, okay? Just listen to me for a second, okay? Zoe is lying to you, and she's trying to throw an innocent person under the bus because they are an easy target. Now, they're an easy target for a number of reasons. One is because they've already had run-ins with the Inghams, and he's already admitted his guilt there, and he's taken ownership of it, right? But he's also very vulnerable in, like, mentally. So to take advantage of that is just fucking disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. Now, I don't care what anybody says, right? Perry has issues. I'm not being disparaging by that, right? But I've seen a lot of people say, well, why are you supporting the Sullivans and you're against family vlogging, right? Child exploitation. You're against the Inghams, but you support the Sullivans. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? Now, the reason is obvious, right? If you look at it, it's very obvious. People with autism don't tend to have the same logic or the same part of the brain which gives them the logic in order to think like other people might be thinking. So it's fairly obvious to understand why he might do this when you might not do it, you know? But that, you know, whether or not he likes the Sullivans is neither here nor there. The point is that he is being used as a scapegoat or as a folly for Zoe Sullivan's absolute moronic behaviour and trying to get sympathy and everything. Although it's just not worked out the way that she thought it was going to work out, is it? Now, Perry has apologized to me, put out a video, and I appreciate that. And he has also gone on to the Sullivan's Instagram and asked for an apology himself off Zoe. Rightly so, obviously, you know. So he said to them, "I'm here because I want an apology from Ben and Zoe. They claim they had threats and knew it had to be the same person who had sent threats to another family. It doesn't take a clown to realise who they were talking about, and then they lied to me and claimed they had no idea what I was on about, when actually they do know full damn well what I was talking about. So why lie and claim they had no idea what I was talking about. I reckon an apology is the least I deserve, considering they have made false claims about me. You want the full story? There's a video up on the Raccoon channel about this. Thank you so much for the plug there. I appreciate it. I hope some of their fans went across to have a look, because it is a very interesting watch, in my opinion. Now, I do think that Perry deserves an apology. I genuinely do. Right? He is being a fan. He's actually supported them. He's left nice comments, and he's just done nothing wrong, right? To the Sullivans. He's done nothing wrong to them whatsoever. Now, we know what he did to the Inghams, and he's apologized, and he's owned up to his errors, and that's all that. But that is one side of things. He didn't do anything to the Sullivans. They fucked him over, right? Because he's an easy target, for the reasons I mentioned earlier. Now, will they apologise? No. Will they admit they were wrong? No. Here is, in fact, what Zoe replied. Short of actually apologising, short of acknowledging what they had done was wrong, this is actually what she said, and oh my bloody god, it's beyond belief, right? Firstly, she said, I told you before, I have no idea what you were talking about. I haven't made any claims about you. Have you seen me make claims about you? I mean, it's ridiculous, because for one thing, I've already shown that she's been full of shit, right? And she's made this up. It's not that she has mistaken identity. It's not a mistaken identity at all, right? She has invented this comment and this user account. She invented it to play the victim, right? And then blame it specifically on Perry. That is specifically what she did. It wasn't just, oh yeah, I thought it was Perry, and that was, you know, sorry about that, it was a mistake. No, she did it specifically, intentionally, to blame him, even though she did it to herself. She did it. That's very important to note. Now, she further goes on to say this, and this, at this point, it's getting ridiculous, right? Because you know that she's playing dumb here, because any person with a fucking brain knows what's going on, right? She says, if you watch my story, you would have seen that the name was Evan something. Is that you? If not, I'm not talking about you. Well, two things at play here, right? You know who Perry is, right? Because you watch the Inghams anyway, right? So you know who he is. You know full well that he uses multiple accounts under multiple different names, right? So it could be him. It could be you. And secondly, you know that anybody that leaves a hateful type comment generally opens up a fake account name, right? So this whole thing, oh, it's not you, is it? Because that's not your name. It can't be you. I'm not talking about you because it's not your name. Obviously, it's not you. But you know that that's her playing dumb, because I don't even know. It's getting ridiculous. But it gets worse. If it could ever get any worse, it actually does. Now she goes on to say, plus, if you are taking your information from him, meaning me, the Raccoon, right, then you are definitely not getting the truth. And this is a little bit annoying for me. I know I shouldn't get annoyed, but I actually am, because on my channel, I pride myself on trying to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God, right? But I try to put out facts. I try to back it up with evidence. That's what I do, right? On this occasion, I have done exactly that. Zoe, you're saying that I'm lying. Did you or did you not say you were talking about a family channel, another family channel, who had somebody who was the same person write messages? The exact same person who wrote messages to the Inghams. I know you're not mentioning the Inghams, but let's say, for example, I'm right. Or, right, let's assume I'm right, because let's be honest, who else is it, right? So you're saying that you haven't you haven't said those exact words. I didn't make that up. I took it from what you said, so I'm not sure how this is me lying about it. All the other things that I say about your family is true, right? The things that I talk about on my channel are not based on opinions. They're based on what I'm looking at from my perspective, or just looking at on your channel, right? Things that you put out, I comment on. So don't put wrong things out then, and I won't comment on them, right? You put out stuff about your kids, you film your kids, and that's wrong. That's not me making it up. I'm not making that shit up, right? So that is me telling the truth. I'm not sure which part of it is me lying about it. Sorry, I'm going off kilter here. It's not all about me, is it? What the hell? Very self-centered. What the hell, aren't I? So Perry replies and says, "Oh, come off it. Did you or did you not say you had no doubt that it was the same person who had sent threats to another family?" So Perry has actually said it in better words than I have. I know. So he grasps it. He gets it, right? And he's spot on. Did you or did you not say you had no doubt it was the same person who had sent threats to another family? But oh my god, it gets so much worse for the Sullivans. I can't believe they actually did this. I can't believe Zoe has actually said these words, right? I'm shocked. You're probably less shocked than I am, but I am absolutely flabbergasted. She replied and said, "Yeah, because the same message was put on a post by the Radford family." It wasn't. I actually cannot believe they are using the Radfords to spout their lies and shit, right? Their lies, shit, and manipulation. They're using the Radfords. Now, I don't know if this is with the Radfords' consent here. My feeling is that it's not, right? My feeling is that this is a knee-jerk reaction by Zoe. She didn't expect the things that have come back after she put out her shit and manipulation, right? I think that Zoe has panicked. She's put out a load of things that she didn't think through properly. She didn't think that people would uncover her lies and call her out for it. She didn't think that Perry would come back and accuse them. She didn't expect the backlash that she's had. She didn't expect Perry then to ask for an apology. She didn't expect anything of any of this, and she has panicked and decided, oh, hang on a second, it's not the Inghams that I was talking about. I was talking about the Radfords. But I'm sorry, I'm struggling here to kind of comprehend what Zoe's actually done here, right? She's thrown the Radfords under the bus, right? She's using the Radfords, who have been nothing but nice to them in that hour of need. She's using them to... now, if the Radfords are in on it, I don't know, but they know full well that they haven't received any messages or any posts, or they haven't posted anything like this that Zoe's talking about. So the Radfords, if nobody else, know that Zoe's full of shit, right? And yet they're supposed to be best buds now, aren't they? So I don't know what's going on there, right? Secondly, it's very well known that the Radfords do not put out stuff about hate. They don't bother with it. They block and delete. That's their thing. They just do that. They don't ever put out hate like that, right? They don't call people out who have left hateful messages. They can't be arsed with it. They can't. So they don't do it. And yet, where has this so-called message or post come from on the Radfords that Zoe has apparently seen? And according to Zoe, we all know, or we have all seen, a similar message left on the Radfords page, right? That's what she's saying. We have all seen it. Now, if we have all seen it, if it existed, trust me, I would know about it, right? Not to toot my own horn or anything, but somebody would have shown it to me, even if I haven't seen it myself. It does not exist, right? It does not exist. And for Zoe to say that it does is just mind-blowing. But to continue this manipulation, because they clearly implied it was Perry, 150%. That's what she did, right? There's no doubt. If you're a Sullivan fan watching this, then you need to look at what is actually happening in front of you, right? Because Zoe has made this shit up in order to garner sympathy, right? That's what she's done, and she did get her sympathy. She's been called out about it now. She knows she's lied. She knows it's not true. Even if, right, let's say, for example, it is not her. For example, we're all wrong, and it wasn't her that made up that account and posted a nasty comment on her own page, right? Maybe it was just a hater, a troll, or whatever, right? She's still 100% implied it was Perry. She implied that she knew 100% it was Perry, and that is indefensible and wrong. Now, I don't know where Zoe goes from here, what she's going to make up next, because this is ridiculous. If you're supporting this channel, why are you supporting her? Because anybody that lies to you as a fan base just is not worth it, right? It's really, really not worth bothering with at all. So please consider your actions, your thoughts. I mean, and that is notwithstanding the whole child exploitation, the pimping out of the kids and stuff like that, right? Just to conclude, Perry did come back and said, you must think I was born yesterday, so he didn't buy it, which is good on him, really. So, there we go. What do you think of this situation? Do you think that Zoe is telling the truth on anything? Do you think that the Radfords are in on this? Do you think the Radfords are going to be angry about it? Do you think anything is going to come of this? Is it going to unfold further? This is a great storyline that they've developed, but it's not going in their way, is it, at all? There's more coming up on the Sullivans too, because I have strong opinions about certain tie-dye t-shirts that have recently been listed on eBay. That's right, we have that to look forward to, along with anything else that they do on their channel, because yes, Zoe and Ben, I am always watching, right? I know, scary, isn't it? Exactly. Anyway, if you have appreciated this video, please give it a massive thumbs up, comment all of your thoughts about it down below, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Definitely subscribe, because we're getting closer and closer to 12k, and that is the ultimate goal before the end of the year. Please get me up to 12,000 subs. That would be lovely. Until next time, please have a brilliant day. Don't vlog your kids for a living, and take care.